Hello guys, welcome back. Today's story is a drama, horror, and mystery film. Jake is an ordinary man caught in a world of darkness when he meets Lily, a mysterious woman with a deadly secret. Lily kills without mercy, bound by rules only she understands. As Jake gets closer to her, he discovers the terrifying truth behind her actions and the dangerous gang that controls her. A young man named Jake is dealing with deep depression. He doesn't go to school or have a job. His parents have cut him off completely, so he's left in a small apartment with no power, no water, and no internet. The place is also full of trash. One evening, feeling hopeless, Jake decides to end his life. He wraps a belt around his neck and hooks it to a shelf. But as he begins to hang himself, his survival instincts kick in. He struggles until the shelf suddenly breaks off the wall and crashes down on him. As Jake lies in pain on the floor, a beam of light enters the room. He looks up, the broken shelf has made a hole in the wall. Curious, Jake peeks through it. In the next apartment lives a beautiful young woman named Lily. From that moment, Jake starts secretly watching Lily every day. He learns that she's a college student and seems to live alone. Nobody ever visits her. She seems isolated, just like him. One afternoon, Lily suddenly disappears from Jake's view. Worried and curious, he steps out of his apartment and goes to her door. He tries to listen. Just then, he notices someone else nearby, a woman named Emma, who has come to check on her brother, who lives just downstairs. Emma knocks, but no one answers. She leaves a bag of food hanging on the doorknob. After she leaves, Jake sneaks over and steals the food. For someone surviving on cheap snacks, it's a rare treat. Later that evening, something unexpected happens. Lily catches Jake outside her door. Instead of getting angry, she invites him inside to share a meal. Food tastes better with company, she says with a smile. That simple act of kindness brings joy back into Jake's life. They have dinner, laugh, and talk. When Jake leaves, Lily says, "Let's do this again sometime." From that day on, Jake visits her often for meals, though he still secretly spies on her. One day, he gathers the courage to ask her, "Why do you even hang out with someone like me?" Lily smiles and replies, "Because we connect, and that's all that matters." Her words touch Jake's heart. He returns to his apartment and covers the hole in the wall with paper, but not for long. That night, during a storm, Jake hears Lily's door open. Curious again, he removes the paper and peeks through. Lily is wearing a transparent raincoat. But more shocking, there's a man inside her apartment. He hugs her from behind. In seconds, Lily flips him over with swift martial arts-like moves and kills him with the cutter. As blood spills, she smiles. Jake is frozen in shock. Did that really happen? But before he can process it, the books on Lily's shelf fall, blocking the hole. What has Jake gotten himself into? Who exactly is Lily? Jake isn't sure if what he saw was real or just his imagination. Suddenly, a van full of strangers parks in front of the building. Then, there's a knock at his door. To his surprise, it's Lily, smiling sweetly, holding a pot of food in her hands. "Can we have dinner at your place this time?" she asks. Jake clears some trash out of the way and lights a few candles. They sit down for dinner. After she leaves, Jake grows curious again. He uses a chopstick to poke the book that blocked the hole. When he finally clears the view, he sees her apartment looking spotless, as if nothing had ever happened. He starts thinking maybe the murder he witnessed was just a bad dream. But then, a voice from the other side of the wall says, "Goodbye, Lily." Jake runs to his door and sees a serious-looking woman walking away. She stops, turns to him, and says, "I can see you, Jake." She even calls him by name. Her name is Raina. The next morning, Jake bumps into Lily again. She casually mentions they can have dinner at his place that evening. Feeling hopeful, Jake decides to finally clean his apartment properly. But deep down, he can't stop thinking about what he saw. That night, while waiting for Lily, he hears strange noises again coming from next door. He peeks through the hole and freezes in horror. Lily is killing another man. This one has a bee tattoo on his arm. She finishes him off with a smile. This time, Jake can't deny it, it's real. He screams, and that gives away his position. Lily notices the hole. She jabs her box cutter through it, then slowly looks in and locks eyes with him. Terrified, Jake bolts out of his apartment. But Lily grabs her cutter and chases him down the streets. He runs up a fire escape and reaches the rooftop of a nearby building. But Lily catches up and corners him. Breathing heavily, Jake confesses that he's known she was a killer for a while now. Instead of being angry, Lily finds this fascinating. Even though he knew the truth, he still kept sharing meals with her. Jake drops to his knees and admits something personal. He once tried to end his life, but after discovering her through that hole, he fell in love. Loving her felt better than dying. Lily presses her cutter against his neck. But once again, she doesn't hurt him. She stares at him and asks, "How do you feel right now?" Jake answers honestly, "I want to date you." Lily pauses. Then, in her usual calm voice, she accepts. She even licks a small bruise on his lip that he got while running. Feeling encouraged, Jake leans in to kiss her. But Lily pulls away. "We can't kiss yet," she says. "If we do, I'll have to kill you." The next day, Jake sees Emma, the same woman from before, finally visiting her brother downstairs. Her brother, Ken, is happily playing with a cat on the floor. After that, Jake has lunch again with Lily, and she's surprised by how clearly he can see her through the peephole. Jake, with a shy smile, confesses that he likes everything about her. He even promises to find a job and become a better boyfriend. Motivated by his words, Jake starts working at a local convenience store. But every time he uses a box cutter at work, he's reminded of the murders Lily committed. Still, he keeps dating her, drawn to her in a strange and dangerous way. One day, Lily asks him out. Excited, Jake agrees, only to realize it's just so he can carry her microwave to her university. At first, Jake feels awkward, being surrounded by so many smart, successful people. He thinks he doesn't belong, but Lily surprises him. She introduces Jake as her boyfriend, right in front of everyone. Later, while eating lunch together, Jake tells Lily he's thinking about retaking the college entrance exam next year. He wants to improve himself. He says he can't imagine a future without her. Lily, amused, gently laughs at the idea. "You think you need to be worthy of a murderer who doesn't plan to stop killing," she says. After class, Lily invites Jake for a walk. Things seem normal until she suddenly puts on her clear raincoat, grabs a random woman on the street, and kills her right there. Jake is shocked but says nothing. He's frozen again, scared, confused, and yet still following her. From then on, this becomes a strange pattern. Lily starts going on dates with Jake, and kills people during them. It's like her twisted way of showing love. Jake can't help but wonder, does she kill at random? But Lily explains that she has her own set of rules. She only targets certain people, most of whom are criminals. That makes Jake think, could she be some kind of dark hero? But something still feels very wrong. Even stranger, none of her murders are ever reported in the news. Not one. Later that day, he meets Lily in the park and shares a Papico with her. Lily is touched. For someone like her, small gestures mean a lot. Jake had bought it just to share with her. That simple act warms her heart in a way no words could. Jake's life starts to slowly improve. He's earning money now, his apartment has electricity again, and he even buys a new phone. It finally feels like he's starting to live again. One evening, while working at the store, Emma stops by to buy some snacks. Jake recognizes her and still feels guilty about stealing her food earlier. So he quietly gives the snacks to her for free. That night, when Jake returns home, he finds a message written near the peephole. It simply says, "Wait in your apartment at 10 p.m. Curious and nervous, Jake sits silently and waits. What will happen next? Jake looks through the peephole again and is shocked to see Lily has tied up their neighbor, Ken. Panicking, he begs her not to hurt him. But Lily calmly tells him to stay quiet. If anyone hears him, things could get worse. And just like that, she kills Ken, right in front of Jake's eyes. Before Jake can even process the horror, Raina and her team pull up in their black van. They move quickly, entering the apartment and cleaning up every trace of the murder like nothing ever happened. That's when it hits Jake. This is how Lily's crimes have stayed hidden all along. Still shaken, Jake storms into Lily's apartment, demanding answers. Raina steps in, saying Lily is one of the best killers they've seen, quick, precise, and clean. And apparently, there are plenty of people who need fresh bodies. So Raina was just using her illness to kill people, and she used to sell their bodies to earn money. But Jake can't understand why she had to kill Ken. He seemed harmless. That's when Raina shows Jake the shocking truth. Ken had been abusing the stray cats he pretended to love. He wasn't innocent. Jake stares at the evidence in disbelief. Raina coldly adds that Jake's hesitation proves he's still weak and maybe this kind of future is waiting for him too. The next morning, Lily comes to see Jake, but he doesn't answer the door. So she climbs over from her balcony and walks right into his room. Jake says he's feeling sick, so she climbs into bed with him, gently holding him like nothing's wrong. Jake gathers the courage to speak. He tells her that killing is wrong, and the world should follow laws. But Lily just smiles and questions who decides what's right and wrong. Laws keep changing, she says, so what's real justice anyway? Jake finally admits he just didn't want to face the truth about her. Hurt and disappointed, Lily quietly leaves the room. Alone in bed, Jake sighs. Even now, I still like her. Later that day, Jake runs into Emma, Ken's sister. She's worried because she hasn't heard from him in days. Jake stammers, trying to come up with an excuse. But before he can answer, Lily suddenly appears, jealous and cold. Who's this girl talking to my boyfriend? She asks sharply. Emma explains that she's Ken's sister, so Lily invites her over to her apartment to wait for him. But Jake immediately panics and sends Emma away, promising to call her if he hears anything. That night, Jake has dinner with Lily, but he can't stop thinking about Emma. He's scared she'll come back and find out the truth. Lily, calm as ever, tells him not to worry, Ken is already gone and no one will ever find out. She also assures him that she won't hurt Emma because of her personal rules. A few days later, Jake gets a text from Emma. She wants to meet and talk about her brother. Just as Jake is thinking about what to do, everything goes dark. A few hours later, he meets Emma for tea. She's clearly distressed and begs him to help her find out what happened to her brother. She asks Jake to go with her to the landlord because she's too scared to go alone. Jake hesitates, his heart pounding, but he agrees, not wanting to raise suspicion. When they reach Ken's apartment, the landlord opens the door, and to Jake's relief, it looks completely normal. Raina's team had erased everything, no tools, no signs of violence. Just a printed flight reservation, faking that Ken had gone on a trip. Emma sighs with relief, finally letting go of her worry. As they walk together, she thanks Jake for helping. He gently says she can call him anytime, but Emma softly replies, I won't. Lily would get mad. Jake chuckles nervously and admits, I'm dating her, but I don't even fully know her. She's complicated. Deep down, he wonders if he's already in too deep. On his way home, his heart sinks when he sees Lily. A guy with a bee tattoo, just like the last victim, puts his arm around her, and she doesn't push him away. That night at dinner, Jake brings it up. I saw you with him. Why didn't you stop him? But Lily turns it on him. You were with that girl too. Jake defends himself. I was just helping her, for you. Then he hugs her, trying to calm her down, but as he leans in to kiss her, she pulls out her cutter again, her usual warning. Meanwhile, that same night, Lily visits the bar run by the bee tattoo gang. She calmly turns down their offer to become their personal killer. But the gang leader isn't pleased. He threatens to kill Jake if she walks away. The next day, Lily walks Jake home after his shift, saying she's worried about him now. Outside their building, they spot Emma waiting. They invite her in for tea. Emma is smiling, holding a postcard from Thailand, supposedly from her brother. Another lie, planted by Raina's team. But soon, her eyes grow heavy and she collapses. Lily walks in wearing her clear raincoat, calmly admitting she drugged Emma's tea. She plans to kill her. Jake jumps up, panic in his voice. No, this is too much. Lily, you can't do this. But Lily coldly replies, I make my own rules. Maybe I should kill you instead. Jake stares back, trembling but firm. No, you won't. You can't. Lily narrows her eyes, but says nothing. Then, without another word, she turns and walks out. Hours pass, and Jake sits there in silence, wondering how much longer he can live like this. A few hours later, Emma wakes up groggy but unharmed. Suddenly, Raina and her team suddenly burst into the apartment. They were expecting to collect Emma's dead body. Seeing her alive, Raina turns to Jake with frustration. Don't confuse Lily. You'll never truly understand someone like her. Next that, Jake meets Emma at a cafe again. Looking at Jake, she quietly says, I like you, maybe I'm just not good enough. But my feelings are real for you. Jake gently replies, I was only helping you because of your brother. That's all. Emma looks hurt. But you said Lily doesn't suit you. She'll never change. Before walking away, she adds, I'll be here tomorrow. Think about giving me a chance. On his way home, a black van suddenly stops beside him. Jake thinks it's Raina, but it's the B gang. They pull him into their bar and try to force him to convince Lily to kill for them. Jake refuses. They threaten to report him to the police, then slash his cheek and let him go. When Jake arrives home, Lily notices the injury. She's furious and ready to kill. But Jake holds her back. I'd rather die than see you keep doing this. Lily looks at him, her voice shaking. I'm a murderer. That's who I am. I can't stop. Jake reminds her, but you didn't kill Emma. You could stop, if you tried. He tells her how deeply he cares for her. But Lily only looks away. You'll never truly accept me. With tears in her eyes, she turns to leave. There's no future for us. As she steps out, she whispers, cover the peephole. Later that night, Jake is working at the store when Raina walks in, casually buying Papico. She looks at him and says, Lily asked for a major cleanup. It's coming. Jake still refuses to accept all the killing. Raina shrugs. You two are deeply connected. Nothing can break that. That day late at night, Jake hears noises from Lily's apartment. When he looks through the peephole, he sees her killing someone. But this time, she's not smiling. She's crying. Seeing this, Jake realized. She hadn't wanted to do it. It wasn't her decision. The gang had forced her. He rushed to the gang's bar and begged them to leave Lily alone. They laugh. He pulls out a small cutter, trying to fight, but he's no match for them. They knock him to the ground, and their leader raises a blade to his neck. Suddenly, lights go out. A soft hiss, sleeping gas fills the room. Then she walks in, Lily, wearing her raincoat. Her face is cold, but when she sees Jake, hurt and bleeding, she snaps. She grabs two cutters, one his, one hers, and slaughters every gang member with deadly grace. After the chaos, she gently helps Jake onto a couch. She explains, the man she killed earlier was from the gang. I didn't enjoy it this time, she admits. But that doesn't mean I'll stop. Jake looks at her, broken and bloody. I love all of you, even the part that kills. Lily smiles. I like you too. Then she stabs him. As he falls, stunned, she leans in and says softly, I always wondered what it felt like, to kill someone I love. He chuckles faintly, whispering, it feels different, doesn't it? She nods, eyes glossy. It does. I love you, she says. I love you too, he whispers, before passing out. Days later Raina finds them, Lily with a suitcase, Jake on crutches, trailing behind her. That means she didn't kill Jake that day. As they walked away, Lily said, I won't kill anymore, but one day, I might kill you. Jake smiled. That's okay. My artery belongs to you. They suddenly realized. They never knew each other's real names. So they finally shook hands. In the end, Lily and Jake's dark world didn't change, but they did. They accepted each other's flaws and pain, finding a strange kind of love in chaos. Though surrounded by violence and danger, they chose to hold on to each other. Their future remained uncertain, but for the first time, they weren't alone.